Alright, front arm. I have a tendency of having too much or too little. What do you think about it?
Oh man, my coach is gonna murder me if he hears
There's a lot of schools of thought involved.
I've been told different things. I've been told, you should do this more, it'll help. You should do the opposite, it'll help, or someone else.
My coach tells me not to use the bottom arm, that I should basically only have all the pressure on my top arm and my bottom arm can just be like wiggling around.
Obviously, personally, I like a big left arm.
For me, I know some people really emphasize big left arm. For me personally, not so much.
My stance is just stretch. However you can find stretch and elasticity in the bottom half of the jump, do it.
It's all like right arm and like right shoulder tension.
Or I prefer the soft one just because I can hammer it back out and kind of move the pole again.
And unfortunately, I've kind of been in a similar situation like that. When I planted a lot in college, I would, you can see the video, it's like, I would get those big welts on my forearms and on my elbows because I was planting here. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think it's more of a bad habit than anything. So
I just think that the idea is whether it's straight or bent, the pressure needs to be going up at takeoff with both arms and forward and away from your center of gravity.
So I basically believe in creating as much space as possible at the takeoff. So I don't think you could have too little push at the plant. I basically think that the goal should be to rotate the pole like as close to vertical as possible when you're on the takeoff.
So a bottom arm is really just a stability kind of thing. Brad Walker shoves it in there. Sergei Bubka let it come back to his head so he can penetrate with his chest. It's all a matter of penetrating into the pit, how you use it, or what kind of pole you're on. You're going to use it differently, whatever type pole you're on. You're going to hang from the pole, you're going to push it into the pit, or you're going to direct it around like Renault.
Renault pushes it all the way up to the sky, and Brad is here, and Bubka on some of his 6 meter jumps, his hand is almost touching his head, and on some of his big jumps, he's all the way up here. But the commonality is stretch.
Find what works for you. Some people like a softer bottom arm, some people like a stiff bottom arm. Try both.
It depends on the vaulter, the height, the weight of the vaulter, the length of the pole they're on, the stiffness. There's different things.
So I think it's kind of personal preference thing. There's no one way to pole vault.
It's all depending on the vaulter in my mind.
You just have to find a mentor that is similar in your style. That'll always allow you to be a safe jumper, because you're going to be a safe jumper before you're ever a high jumper, or else it won't work out.
I don't believe that there's this method or this method. I think you jump how you jump, and you find a coach that knows how to coach around your ability and coach you to the best of your ability.
You can't do everything with just this arm.
Right.
But
Two arms are stronger than one.
2 arms are stronger than one,
Right.
usually.
Usually, right. Unless you only have one arm.
Yeah.
What would you be doing if you were not a pole vaulter, not pole vaulter?
I ask myself that all the time.
I have no idea.
Nothing.
I have no idea. I would probably be living in California surfing.
Well, I sort of am in a situation like that now.
I would be physical therapy school right now, yeah.
So doing exactly what you're doing.
Doing
pretty
exactly what I'm doing, yeah.
If I was not pole vaulting, I'd probably be an active duty officer already.
And I always told myself that I would join the Army, Marines, Navy, something. Not the Navy, I don't like water that much, but
My minor was fashion merchandising, and I did a study abroad in Paris for fashion.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, fun facts. No,
Fun facts.
So I would probably be doing something in fashion.
So I got a job as an engineer. I was a mechanical engineer in school at Rice. And so now I do like subsea engineering design for this oil and gas company in Houston.
I'd like to be like a personal trainer for like moms.
Yeah?
But I left high school with, I didn't want to have a desk job. I didn't want to. And I knew the Army had structures that I liked, kind of like athletic training.
Yeah, I might go back to school and get a master's in teaching. I just, all over the place.
So we're in the same boat. We don't know what we want to be when we grow up.
Yeah, and I'm 24.
Cool. What's your favorite part of fashion?
Oh gosh, I just like how it's so individualistic. I love how if you like something, there is going to be somebody else out there in the world that likes it.
Right.
So,
It's awesome. So you can start a blog or something about healthy mom
Maybe in the future, yes.
We'll hook you
I
up.
like how, if you rock it, it's a way of expression. And
Yeah.
It just kind of says a lot about who you are.
My wife's got an actual career, and
she asked me that, what are you gonna do when you're done? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm just gonna milk this as long as I can.
Right, exactly.
Very dangerous things. Bad for your insurance.
Wait, so how'd that go again? GoPro here. Steal that from Queen? Is that what that came from?
A little bit. Jukebox hero.
Oh, that's so great.
Tell your friends what you're gonna do and wipe out, put it on YouTube.
That will make the intro for sure because I'm filming right now.